Welcome to this look at worker angles on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. What is he blathering on about is probably what you're asking. Well, on FS19, when you hired a worker, for whatever reason, you wanted to hire a worker, we could go in 90 degrees or 45 degrees. So we could go north, south, east, west, or we could go out at 45 degrees on the cardinal points, if you want to call it that. So I hire a worker now, and what would happen was, depending on which angle you were facing, it would pick the closest to there. So often you'd find if you were turning, you wanted to go straight or at 90, and you got it slightly wrong, it would go off at a 45 degree angle. Now, why is that relevant? Why is it important? If you're hiring workers to do prep work on a field, or you're trying to get as much of a field done, and you just want to then come in later on and just do the little bits around the outside, when you were running at 45 degrees or 90 degrees, there were often fields that were at funny angles, funny shapes, and you couldn't really get those angles just right. So there would often be large parts of the field. I just want to try and get this about central if I can. Large parts of the field that you would have to do because the worker just couldn't do the angles. It never liked it, and it got a little bit kind of messy. So hiring a worker now, we've done our straight up and down, north south. We're now doing west, and we'll come back and we'll do east in just a second. I have done a kind of, not a test one, but I was going out that side because I was trying to get my thumbnail. I know. And like I say, why is it really relevant? For that very reason. It gives you a lot more scope, and just by adding in some extra angles, which is what has happened. And again, this was I just completely by accident. You may have already found this, you may have already found it, dismissed it, and thought, okay, well that's fair enough. Doesn't really make a lot of difference to me. I just thought if you weren't aware of it, if you don't hire workers very often, or you have done and you just haven't noticed, that's all well and good. So what we used to have was, if I try and get this, if I try and cut the pie, so to speak. We then have the 45 degree angle that goes out that way, and the worker will, there you go, will find it pretty much where it needs to be, and off it will go, which is wonderful. So if you bear with me just a second, I'll cut the other ones in, so all the 45s are done, and I'll show you what we've got now. So as you can see, we've got a north, south, east, west, and then we've got our 45 degrees thrown in. So what we've got now is those have then been cut in half as well. So every 22.5 degrees, we now have a new angle, which means those field edges that are at stranger angles, we can now hire a worker, and they won't just go north, south, east, west, or then go at the 45s. They will now pick out these extra ones that have been put in. Now these definitely weren't on FS19. I've done enough contract work and hired enough workers to know they didn't exist. And that's, like I say, you may be watching this thinking, right, and that's a big change. It will make a big difference to hiring workers. It will get you all of the field, a lot of the field done. It will leave you very little to do yourself. And it's just one of those strange little peculiarities I found, and I thought, you know what, I found it, let's share it. So they're obviously going from north-south. These are the much more upright, taller angles, I guess. The shallower angles this way. Off of central. I could say all the degrees, but there we go. I'm hands off. This is not me, this is the worker. I like having that as an option. I like the fact that it's, an option, that it's there, that it's been thrown in. Plus, on the lead up to Christmas, it makes a nice snowflake, doesn't it? I mean, I know I said I wasn't. It wasn't my intention to make one, but. And there we go. Just a short one. If you do contract work, if you do hire workers, a lot of time it might not be contract work, it might be on your own fields, and you've wondered why all of a sudden your workers seem to have gone off at funny angles. That's why. New AI worker angles. They're not working an angle, if you know what I mean, but they are working on new angles. And that is where I'll leave it. I hope you found this useful and informative in any small way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.